Hey, what's going on, Carnales? Before we start the episode, I just want to hop on and use the platform we have to share a GoFundMe. One of my friends lost his father on a tragic accident, and I just want to hop on here to share the GoFundMe, and hopefully you guys can go donate. You guys can read the story. I hope you guys can donate. It would mean a lot to the family and to us, So, let's get it. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Carnales podcast. I'm your host, Tsunami. And today we got a full house. We got the co-host back, the number one critic in the house. I don't even know who introduced first.
Go ahead, Uriel.
Go ahead, Jenny. Go ahead. Ladies first.
All right. Best for last. So, hi guys. This is Jenny, number one critic, and...
Y aquí
ya se le olvidó.
Aquí el compa Yuri, aquí reportándose al podcast. Yeah.
We've missed you, Uriel.
Oh,
You've been very
you.
missed by the listeners and by us.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's good to hear.
So tell us, why have you been missing?
Yeah, I mean, I've been MIA. Been busy with a little business that we got going on aquí in Minnesota. Being a parent, it's a little hard. Work and trying to buy a house, trying to become rich, it's just not easy.
But we saw that video last night, though. Congrats.
Yeah. We signed.
Señor Elote is moving up.
I know. It's crazy because, it starts small, right? We all know that it starts small. Pero, even those small steps are, scary, Are super scary. Porque I remember, even to buy the food truck was a big step at the time, But not looking at, us buying a building, that was a little step for us to get this far, So, those baby steps to build up to a building, are scary, are definitely scary because you don't know. Is he gonna make or is he gonna break this business, Pero definitely worth it. We're excited. The community is excited. I know the Chamber of Commerce, it's excited. So we got a lot of good feedback when we posted the story. I know a lot of Anglo people that really didn't know about Mexican culture and Mexican snacks are super excited because they tasted our food in county fairs or ¿cómo se llaman? The Summerfest. We do small gigs like that, so they tried it, and so it's in their hometown, and they're excited. They're excited to have it ahí, and we're excited because we don't have to drive 2 hours. 40 minutes to get some good stuff,
Yeah, and you don't have to be out in the cold.
Right.
In the truck.
Yeah. We don't have to be pulling the truck. Yeah. What?
Yeah. You call it a small step, but I mean that's huge, Uriel. Both of those things are huge risk that are so worth taking because look where you guys are at now.
Yeah.
So very inspiring.
Yeah,
for sure. Congrats. I'm happy to see that,
Mm-hmm.
Así que you have you can put your sunglasses behind you, bro, porque la comodidad te respalda. El barrio te respalda, bro.
La comunidad. Having sophisticated barrios.
Es que,
La comunidad.
We out the ghetto, No, I'm just playing. Yeah, man, welcome back. That's a big reason why you weren't here, porque ahí business moves, money moves.
Yeah.
Pero sí, welcome back. Y now it's going to be the three of us. Y así, I feel like it's going to be a better podcast, porque así we have more voices to interact with, more ideas to bounce off of, you know?
Yeah, definitely, bro.
But that's exciting. Congrats again. We're very excited to go try Señor Elote at the new location. What's the goal? What's the opening goal?
So the opening goal is, I think, late April, which is...
Oh, that's not bad.
I mean, it's right around the corner, but yeah, we're getting the ball moving, and yeah, I mean, not to brag or anything, but we got like the best mangonadas, and I think the whole nation, you know?
Hey, I agree. They're pretty good.
They're good. You
heard it here first.
I'll share that video again. I recorded eating one. They're fire. I don't know what you guys put, but it's like it tastes natural. You know what I mean? Like you could taste the mango.
Yeah. Like, they do them from scratch.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No, don't give the secret ingredients.
I don't want to do the secret recipe, but they do it from scratch, and you can tell the veganish, no?
The organic.
That's what I meant to say.
Vegan.
Pero that's dope. Aquí the listeners are seeing the progress, you know?
Yeah.
Like McDonald's empezó chiquito y ahorita it's everywhere. Amazon started in the garage. Ahorita they're worldwide.
That's true.
So next thing you know, Señor Elote is gonna be worldwide ahí in Tokyo and
China
and Mexico and China. And
why we go with the Asian countries?
Once you hear, like everything goes away.
Yeah, bro.
All the countries went away.
Y como dices, bro,
New
like
Zealand.
Como dices, like the listeners have been with us, bro. Like, you know, since I remember since we started, like, yeah, we're gonna buy this trailer, you know, we have this trailer. Yeah, like we worked it. Yeah, we're about to do a Stearns, you know, the county fair, and that's crazy.
So
like,
now that you say that, though,
now that we're in that topic, doesn't want to play, but hey, estas son
las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David. Hoy por ser tu cumpleaños, anniversary, se las cantamos a ti.
Happy 1 year, Carnales. Thank you guys for the support. We're a week late, but a lot of people messaged us, where's the episode? How come you guys aren't uploading on your 1 year, you know?
Yeah.
So here it is. Well, a little late, but hey, better late than never. Yeah. Before we get started, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for the support.
That's crazy.
Thank you guys for the shares, for sharing it to your people, listening to us on the weekends, on your birthday. People listen, like three, 4 people listen to us on their birthdays.
What?
And thank you guys for an amazing year. You know,
yeah, definitely.
We were almost perfect. We missed 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Pero
because there's how many? There's 52 episodes.
I think we recorded. I think this is a 51.
Oh, okay.
I think this is episode 51. So we were supposed to be at 52 weeks in the 52 weeks in the year. So
hey, that was pretty good.
Empezamos mal porque we missed last week.
Yeah.
So we might throw a little extra episode here and there, you know, para catch up. But how you guys feel? 1 year.
I know.
Crazy.
Well, I should be congratulating you guys because you guys did all the work. I only hopped on a couple episodes, and you guys did amazing. I think even just 1 listener, 2 listeners, consistent listeners, like that's even a lot. You guys have way more than that, consistent listeners, and I mean that's already, that already shows and says so much about you guys, and I think you guys did a great job.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I just gotta give a big shout out to Abner, okay, he kept it consistent. The reason this is still going is because he kept it consistent. Big shout out to Rogan. I mean Abner Soto, porque he's
I'm waiting CNN.
But yeah, I mean he kept it consistent. He found special guests, or he always found something to talk about, and every Friday I still will upload. I think through this whole year, I think maybe once or twice you uploaded on a Saturday, but for the most part, you kept it consistent on your Fridays, yo. So, yeah, that's Abner. That's all Abner right there. Y pues, yeah, good year, man. Good year. Y I think this upcoming year is gonna be even better because we got Jenny on the team, and
yeah, for sure. No, I'm not gonna take all the credit. It's a group effort. Porque a veces if I didn't have time to decía, hey Yurio, do an episode. Yeah, you would come up with an episode with your Minnesota people. So shout out to the Minnesotans, Minnesotas.
Yeah.
Y shout out aquí to our people over here in Illinois. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
No, yeah.
But one of the things that Yuri was just saying, like we were like in the beginning, you were talking about you were about to buy your truck for the Señor Elote, but you were also about to become a dad, and now Sayla's about to be a year.
She's about to be a year.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's nuts, man.
So Sayla was not in this world when you guys started this podcast, and now she's about to be a year.
Yeah.
Like that is crazy.
I remember we did an episode where I wrote a letter to her, you know, and like she was still in Yasmin's womb, and I remember I even talked about like how we got scared because we went to the hospital, because you know like Yasmin had some like contractions, y quién sabe qué, but yeah, like through this whole process, like Sayla wasn't even born, and now she's about to be a year old like next week.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, so next week you said? Yeah, that's so exciting. So now we have Matias, so now we have 2 kids, so that's wild. Like 1 year did a lot for all of us, and I think it was a good year for Carnales.
Yeah.
So but let's get into it. Let's talk about just kind of milestones that you guys have had throughout the year, which were a lot. Like I said, for 1 year, for a podcast that has only been on the air for 1 year, I think you guys did great. And I want to talk about like the top episodes that you guys have had, like top listens, and then we can go and kind of like talk about them and talk about our favorites, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of milestones, but let's start with the top episodes. What do you guys think on the top episodes? What do you guys think would be the top? Well, you guys know, but Uriel probably doesn't know. Uriel, what do you think is the top episode?
I think is la de la Champions.
I think I deleted that one, bro.
Why? Oh, was that the one with Isaac?
No. Porque I remember last year when we started, the teams were getting ready to go towards like the playoffs, you know, like semifinales or octavos de final. So yo quería hacer like during the week, I wanted to do like a little sports segment, you know. So I did a solo episode, like I was like, oh yeah, Barcelona looks real good, blah blah, Messi, blah blah blah. Pero I ended up deleting it.
Was it by yourself?
Yeah, it was by myself. Porque I thought about it too late. Yeah. It got late to record, and once I was at work, so like one of my boys was like, "Hey, there was no episode," and I was like, "Oh, I was gonna record an episode, but I was like, eh." He's like, "You should still drop it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I recorded at my truck. You can hear the hazard lights ahí blinking. Yeah, I uploaded it, but then I was like, nah. We want good content.
That's fun.
All right, I didn't know about that episode. Okay, so the top episodes. Episode 1, we kind of agreed that this wasn't like, it didn't count because like everybody has to listen to this before they listen to you, like that. The whole podcast in general. So the top episode was of the year, drum roll. So the top episode was Carnales podcast intro, episode number 1.
No way, for real?
So that's the one that got the most views, but it's because I think everybody was just kind of like, oh, they're doing a podcast, what? Right?
Let's see what they're about.
Yeah. And then that's where we lost all our listeners.
I remember that we said that's the make it or break it episode.
Yeah, that's the make it or break it episode. So that was a break it. I mean, I'm just kidding. So then the second, so that one we felt like it didn't count that much because that's like where everybody listens. Or where everybody starts, you know?
Yeah.
So the second top episode was Los Caminos de la Vida, episode 37.
Yeah, that was a crazy
good one.
Yeah, that was yeah. And actually, yesterday when we were having a meeting on the podcast, Uriel brought this episode up, and he said it was just such a good episode. You know, we talked about. Well, actually, we shouldn't spoil it. If you haven't listened to Los Caminos de la Vida, go listen to episode 37, and you'll hear an amazing testimony from our Tia Suri. So number 3 episode, the third top episode was The Homies. Hey. And that was episode 8. Was Yuri on this one?
Yeah, he was on there.
Yeah.
For a while. But it was a long episode. I think it was the first it was like a 2-hour long episode.
Was that
so
when,
towards the end,
when my McDonald's Wi-Fi was cutting out?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it at McDonald's?
No.
Oh. I was like, what?
Yeah, towards the end, he had technical difficulties. He logged out.
Oh, okay.
But ahí, shout out to John, Elmo, and Shorty.
Those are your literally the FedEx crew is the lawyer listeners too.
Yeah.
Loyal. I think I said lawyer. Anyways, and then our 4th top episode was the one with Jessica, dental hygienist, and that was episode 33.
Oh, that's a good one.
Those are good memories. These were
Jessica,
good episodes.
let me find out you go back and listen to your own episode. Hey, shout out. She always shares it on Instagram.
Yeah, she does. Look,
I think she's a loyal one. She's a loyal one. She's like,
yeah.
Yo, we should have picked like top listeners too. Or maybe we can think of some next year. Okay, so now that we talked about the top episodes of our podcast, what were your favorites?
Let's do one. That way we don't take forever doing it, you know?
Okay.
So
that's gonna be hard.
Yuri, I bet let's hear it. Yuri, what's your top episode? That way I can think of mine.
Well, I think my personal favorite one was the episode 4, Daddy Talk, and it was with it was con compa Miguel,
Carnal Mayor.
Yeah, you know, and it was good because it was like los tres hermanos just talking and having, you know, conversation about life. So I think that was my favorite one de todos los episodes. But yeah, I feel like crying now.
I remember that one. I remember that one clearly too.
Yeah.
What about you, Abner?
That was a Spanish only episode. So, como dice Uriel, si no saben español, no saben lo que estamos diciendo ahorita los que hablan inglés. So, ese hablamos de bebés y todo eso. So, vayan a escucharlo.
What? What'd you say?
My favorite episode, I'm gonna have to stick with American Dream.
American Dream?
I feel like that's the episode where we first opened up about our lives, you know, other than the COVID party when we talked about our experience with COVID. But I feel like American Dream was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time I feel like we opened up así como
like you guys just flowed. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I actually agree with that one. I think you copied me. You saw my notes. I picked American Dream, and then that one was really cool because it was super funny because I don't know what you guys were on that day, but you guys were super funny. And then, yeah, like you said, just like everything you guys talked about was really good. That one, other than just to not pick the really good one, which was Los Caminos de la Vida, I really liked American Dream also. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. We also reached another milestone, which is so crazy, and I think nobody's gonna believe us. You should do a screenshot.
Yeah. This one's real crazy.
So there's the website called Anchor, and explain what Anchor is, Abner.
It's gonna sound like the ad, but Anchor is the website where it helps us distribute the podcast. You know, so it shows you it's like a little dashboard. And it's crazy, bro, because in 1 year we reached 14 countries.
What?
Do we believe that? Isn't that weird?
And here's the countries, bro. One of them sketchy, bro. and I'm gonna say it right away, India, bro. I don't even think people. I mean, they do talk English, but I don't think nobody talks Spanish. And I think the only reason India listened to us because they were either trying to hack us or scam us.
You bogus. You racist.
Because never mind. I was gonna say something that I haven't done on the podcast, pero yeah, India,
right.
France, oui.
Hey.
Hello. Oui. Hey, Peru has listened to us.
No
Puerto
way.
Rico,
Hey.
Canada.
What?
They're going through a little crisis right now. Shout out to Canadians right now. Spain, los españoles. Chile listen to us. Hey, Brazil, hey, Fuchibo. United Kingdom, hey, mate. Colombia, hey, parceros, Guatemala, hey, Yurio, you know some Guatemala,
Hey.
Guatemala. So maybe your boys, your peeps send
the
they saw the
love.
episodes on their
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah.
and they listen to us. And Germany, hey, danke Germany, danke.
Danke,
You know a couple
danke.
Germans.
Danke. And then in Mexico, hey, gracias Mexico. And then the one and only,
United States.
the best country in the whole world, United States of America.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to correct you. It's Mexico, the best country in the whole world.
I haven't been there
I
in
don't
over
know.
20 years, so
And I feel like if you go there, they're gonna chop your head off unless you give like $3,000.
Boy, you bogus.
Hey, I'm just saying, yo.
I'm talking about the beauty of Mexico.
oh yeah, the beauty, yeah. No, but I'm
It's still
talking
manipulated, man. You gotta pay your taxes. You know what I mean? That's it.
Not if you live in the ranchitos.
True.
Okay, well, I think what helped us is that, or why it says that, maybe because we all have like a couple people from each country, you know, except
Yeah.
India. Well, actually,
Or
this,
maybe we might have.
well, this summer we met some missionaries from India, so maybe I don't know. You never know.
Hey, I
But
take that
anyways,
back. What I said.
So how many countries is that?
14.
14
14
countries.
countries.
14
That is
countries.
crazy. And of course, United States being the number one listener. But otherwise, 14 countries. That is so
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
That, like I
insane.
said, for a 1 year anniversary of your podcast, like 14 countries is a lot.
That's crazy.
Let us know in the Instagram comment where you're listening to us from, you know?
Yes.
Porque during the year, not only like the 14 countries, but I had people that I never thought would listen to the podcast reach out, be like, hey, I really enjoyed the podcast. Hey, yo, I really enjoyed the podcast. Hey, I really enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah.
And there was people that I never
Oh,
imagined that would listen, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Thank you. And I was
Yeah.
screenshot. Like, I can't believe this.
Yeah,
Yurio, did you have any of those?
Yeah. So I'm like close friends. Acá que I hang out with, but I never tell them about the podcast. They're like, hey, where you gonna let me like be on the podcast? I'm like, what? You listen to it? Like, yeah, bro. I'm like, what? That's insane. You
You're
know?
like, what?
Yeah, it's because I don't like saying like, hey, you know, listen to my podcast. Like I have a pod. You know what I mean? It's like I
Yeah.
share it on my social media y pues si lo ven, pues cool. You know, they
Que lo vea, lo vea.
yeah. So obviously I put it up there. I have most of my friends. I have them on social media. So you know, like I don't know. It's just like it's crazy. Como dice Amner, like you don't expect them to listen to our stuff, you know, and it's
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're talking,
No, hold on. What about you? Did you have anybody reach out or anybody that you were like, what? You listen?
I think so. Well,
Yeah.
it's because I wasn't much on the podcast, so like they wouldn't really come up to me.
Oh, no.
But there was people like that would be like, oh, like tell your, husband I listened, or stuff like that, and I'd be like, what? And I like when people would say that, I would screenshot right away and be like, look, they're listening.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know that would get you guys excited. But how now that we're talking about the listeners, how did you guys feel when you saw the first share on Instagram, like, or when you saw like people were sharing you guys on Instagram?
I was ready to quit my job. I was ready to focus on the podcast.
I'm just like, I made it.
I put on Instagram my bio, I podcast.
Podcaster.
Ya soy podcaster.
I know. In his actual Instagram, it's the other day I was looking at, not at the Carnales podcast Instagram, but on Abner's Instagram, and I saw that it just says podcast. And I was like, why does it just say podcast? And he's like, I don't know. So they know that I do a podcast. And then I'm like, shouldn't you just put like podcaster or I don't know, the whole word? And he was like, I don't know. But that must be when you got excited and you're like, podcast.
Yeah, soy influencer.
What about you, Yuri? How'd you feel when people were sharing you?
I mean, porque when we first did it, it was like, like siblings, my siblings, it was you, pero when it was like people así como, friends that I went to high school with, que like I haven't talked to in years, and they shared it, I was like, no way, like that's crazy that they listen to it. Like it just feels weird because you haven't talked to these individuals in years, and they're sharing your stuff. It's like it's insane. Like what?
Like you're connecting.
Yeah.
Again, in a way,
Yeah, like that's cool.
That is
that's
crazy.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, now that we're talking about Instagram, we should tell people who are listening from the other countries. First of all, follow us on Instagram if you're not following yet.
Yep.
And reach out, DM us on Instagram and let us know what country, like if you, maybe what country you're listening to. If we mention any of the countries that you're listening from, DM us, and that would be really cool to know who's listening from other countries.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Seriously. And then another milestone.
At Carnales Podcast.
Yes, at Carnales Podcast.
TikTok coming soon.
Hey.
TikTok stickers.
Chill.
We have a bad reputation.
We're starting slow. And then another milestone was over 200 followers on Instagram. So, I mean, that's a pretty good number for, I've been having my Instagram for how long? I don't know, a couple years, maybe over 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I have close to this number. So shout out to you guys for getting that amount of followers. Again, if you're not following, follow us. That helps us. We don't want to work anymore. We want to quit our 9 to 5 jobs. But yeah, like I said, there was a lot of milestones, and then we had a lot of guests. There were a lot of cool people that came through here, and we got a lot. Oh, you know what? One of my favorite episodes too was is his name Chuche?
Oh yeah,
that's the most recent one. That was a really good one too. Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday, I'm like, man, I want to build my dream house.
Right? Yeah, he inspired a lot of people. And you know who you should have after that, or from Minnesota, is his wife too. I think she would have a really good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both. But anyways, they're both good people. They listen to the podcast. Shout out. I mean, it's crazy because again, it's one of those things like I think I'm sidetracking a little bit, but like if they can do it, I can do it too. So, como dices tú, Jenny, they're a big influence, especially in my life, and they're my business partners. So I'm like, hey, yo, like if they're thinking about this, let me glue onto you and learn from you guys, And again, she's a realtor, so she kind of knows what she's doing, and that's something I would not know what to do, But at the same time, like we got the connects in Chicago with like the snacks, so we all work out, we all do our thing, and we bring something to the table to make it happen. But see, I mean, they're a powerhouse of a couple. They're humble. They're always active in church, and I love those people to death.
You could see it. You could see their humbleness, and even when we went to Minnesota for opening weekend for Señor Elote, I mean, they were. I mean, you just see the humbleness in them. So, I would love for you guys to have her because she seems really cool.
Yeah.
But talking about guests, which one was your favorite, guys? Whoever wants to go first.
Favorite guest?
Favorite guest.
All of them, bro.
All of them.
What was your favorite guest?
There had to be a favorite. I mean, they're all favorites, but there had to be one where you're like, oh my God, this was like a good episode.
This is hard, because...
Well, how about you guys say what was your favorite of all the guests? You know what I mean? Like for Jessica, I love that she was giving us like dental tips.
So they're all my favorite.
Pero tu favorite?
No. I'm just gonna say this. When I would reach out to them, they were like, "Yeah, I'm down," but I don't know what to say. I'm shy. And I would tell them like that's how it is. You're gonna start off shy, but towards as the episode's going, you're just gonna want to keep going and going and going. And some of them would tell me like, "Yo, at the end, like I lost all shyness. Yeah, I was just flowing. You know." Mm-hmm. So that's what I like with the guest. Aquí venían all shy. Yeah, no. Y al último was like, yeah. And then this happened, and then
even
that happened.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Remember it?
Like Compita, he was, hey, shout out Compita. He was like, did I talk a lot? Like my mom was saying, I didn't let you talk. I'm like, nah, you're good, bro. You're good. Yeah, see, it's cool, you know. That's what I tell people when I reach out. Like when they tell me, like, pero I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm not good on the mic. I'm like, that's how it is. Like as you keep going, you're just gonna like this. ¿Cómo se? This
Desahogarte.
Desenvolverte. Yeah. And then you're like, I'm like, it comes to a point where you don't want to shut up, you know?
Literally.
So, hey, that's all I'm going to say. I don't really have a favorite guest. They all been my favorite.
Come on now.
It's crazy porque you No. I like them all porque you can reach out and they can easily say no, you know?
I understand, bro, pero there's levels, bro. So there's your favorite, and then there's like your favorite, bro. So which one is your favorite?
Your favorite.
My favorite one was Jenny, bro. I need my wife, Jenny. Hey, esa fue mi favorite. Which one was your favorite?
I think, like for real, they're all my favorite.
There's levels, bro. There's times your favorite, and then there's your.
No, I think I think I'm being a little biased, but again, con Miguel, because I don't know. I think it's just we had really good chemistry, and that's our brother. It was good talk, you know. I feel like it's gonna sound a little sad, but I feel like we don't talk to him as much, like in a personal level. So like that day, that podcast kind of. It was cool, you know. We got to hear him out. He, you know, really talked for a long time. I feel like we don't really talk us three together for that long. So it was cool, you know. That was my favorite guest. That was my favorite aside from all my favorite ones, you know.
The thing about Miguel though is you can have deep, good conversations with Miguel. Like that's one of the persons I enjoy talking to.
I want to have him on. So
I'm sure that was a good episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I did listen to it, but I mean, like I enjoyed talking to him. So I'm sure you guys enjoyed that time with him.
What about you? What's been your favorite guest?
Ooh, I think the dopamine one. That one was really good with Fabio. That got me so intrigued that I did like way more research on that. Like I wanted to know more. Like I listened to other podcasts about it too, and it was just like it intrigued me so much that I wanted to keep learning more. So maybe not so much because it was Fabio, but the content that he brought on, you know. So it was really good.
Yeah, it's things you wonder like, why do I feel like this? Why do I react to this? You know, when he talked about it, you're like, oh, that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
So go back to it. I don't know what episode, pero Dopamine featuring Fabio.
Yeah, that one was really good. And then I'll share one last milestone for you guys, and that was the fact that we connected with so many podcasts, like other podcasts.
That's cool.
And I thought that was crazy. Yeah. Like the fact that there's so many podcasts out there that, you know, that we could connect with.
Yeah. And
then the fact that you connected with them and they will shout out like you guys on their podcast. So that was really cool. Like the podcast community that you guys connected with, the top one being, or I won't put levels again, but you want to talk about them, Abner? Because I mean, I think it was you. Oh, and then you even were guest on one of them, right?
Yeah, shout out Compas Unfiltered. So first of all, I'm just gonna say all of them. There's no order to this. I'm just shouting them out. And I remember I remember I sent Uriel the episode right away when I was like, yo, this episode shouted us out. Yeah, I felt some type of way. I told everybody. I sent screenshots. I screen recorded.
You felt famous?
Yeah. Shout out the Quarter Life Podcast. They were the first ones I heard that shouted us out.
Hey.
Pero sí, shout out Compas Unfiltered. I was on the episode. You guys can go check it out. I forgot what episode it was. It's a little controversial, but go check it out and let me know. Con puros compas, they shouted us out. Shout out Bart. Shout out and the host. I'm forgetting the name. Shout out Ken Flores podcast. He's always shouting us out. Hey, keep it up, man. Keep it up. Putting Aurora on the map, you know. He's the upcoming comedian. Go check him out. Check his content. His TikTok. A ransom talk. I forgot what their slogan is. They haven't been active lately, but hey, when they would drop, it was good. It was good. And the Quarter Life Podcast, hey, shout out. And then last Sunday podcast, that's one of the last podcasts we last interacted with, and we had an episode with them on, and it was fun. It was a blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're a handful, so go check them out. Go check all these out. I'm gonna have them on the Instagram.
Tag them, yeah.
What?
How'd you feel about connecting with these podcasts, Uriel?
Oh, I mean, I think it was more of Abner connecting with him, pero I mean, I think it would have been more. I would have felt like more engaged, like you know, si yo estuviera allá, obviously it's different, you know. All these podcasts are local allá or from the surrounding areas. Yeah. So I see it I would see it on the Instagram, pero I mean, again, it was cool because I know they stream to like a lot more followers than us, so for them to shout us out, you know, kind of open up the spectrum, you know, of listeners. You know, we had a few listeners when they would shout us out, so that's kind of cool, you know.
But the crazy thing is that they all thought you were here.
I know. I've heard the podcast ahí con Compas Unfiltered, and they're like, man, how'd you guys do it? And that's kind of cool, you know. That's kind of cool to especially be recording in two different states, like.
Right.
That's awesome.
The power of social media.
Yeah.
I forgot to say a last one. We also connected with Joe Rogan Experience. He reached out a couple times. I think on the upcoming month I'm gonna be heading out to Arizona, Austin, Texas. Yeah, I'm gonna record an episode.
Yeah, one day somebody did tag you, and I was like, "What? They got like, how did they connect to Joe Rogan?" And
I forgot to shout out Outtake Media podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really starting. Shout out Jose. He was supposed to be on, but you know, a little under the weather. But we're scheduling.
Hey, shout out también to Danny. Danny, who was a big part of who's a big part of this podcast too. So shout out to you, Danny. We miss you.
Yeah. Shout out. He's the creator of the intro and a couple the dance segment intro. Yeah.
All right. So before we move on, do you guys want to say anything else about our anniversary? Because I want to move on to something spicy.
No, I mean, it's been a good year. Hopefully, you know, I'm feeling 2022.
Words for your listeners.
Yeah. I'm feeling I feel like, you know, it's one of those things where cuando dije 2020 is my year, then COVID hit y como que went downhill. Y dije 2021 is going to be my, no fue, you know. So it's 2022. I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming for you. So, you know, I feel like we're going to do big things. I feel like the stickers are finally going to come through.
You know what? There's a girl in the team. When they were offering this like for me to be in
position?
The team, I was like before they gave me my contract, I was telling them, I was like, if you guys want, like, I don't have to talk, I could be like your secretaria or something. I was like, but you know what, now that I'm on the team, I'm gonna make these stickers happen.
Let's do it.
Hey,
we're also getting a new logo, so we're gonna retire
that gives me a reason to buy a cricket, or ¿cómo se llama?
Creek cut.
Cricket.
Oh yeah, those things are cool, yeah.
Yeah. All right. But anything else, Uriel,
No,
to your
that's
listeners?
it. Thank you guys for listening. Everybody in Minnesota, everybody in Aurora, and in Montgomery. Thank you guys for listening.
Hey, bro.
You see? Let's move on.
Yes. What
How about
you?
you? How about you, Jenny?
Like I said, I've always, or every time I come on here, I thank all the listeners for supporting you guys, because one thing I have always said, sometimes family doesn't, support your dreams, or friends don't support your dreams, but the group of listeners that you guys have had has been strong and has been there, and I think everybody that takes some time of their day to just listen to how you guys are, what you guys are talking about, what you guys are about. And for the support, for the unconditional support of those listeners. It's really nice.
Side note,
Thank you guys.
I have a side note. It probably has nothing to do with what you said, but it reminded me of this. My cuñado sent it to me. He's like, y'all pay $700 for a Bed Buddy ticket, but want a discount from your friend's business. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's another saying. They say, you would not support your friend's business because somebody else is gonna give you 25 cents cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So hey,
but
free content over here. Patreon coming soon.
Uriel, shout them out. Shout those people out who asked for a discount at Señor Elote.
I want to give a big shout out to Jenny. Big shout out to Abner.
I paid you, jerk.
Shout out to my mom.
I might have gotten that. I might have gotten that second. ¿Cómo se llaman? Las mangonadas free.
No, but
because I had like 3.
But again, it's always the people that are always like flashy, that would come around like, hey, let me get a discount. Like, bro, you drive a 2020 Durango. Why do you need a discount?
So you are shouting me out. I'm just kidding.
No, yeah. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for the support. I already said it. 1 year went by fast. We can't wait for the second year.
Yeah.
Hopefully we double it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we come back next year with 24 countries. Is it 24 countries?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
24 countries, and maybe at the end of the episode we can start. We'll be ending the episode in Indian.
An Indian boy.
I don't even know.
He's just trying to learn a whole new language.
Hey, we gotta interact with our listeners.
Hey, you never know. Hey, seriously, you never know. Maybe that person from India reaches out, and
Yeah.
But anyways, let's move on. I'm excited. We're almost done. We're actually closing out the podcast, almost the episode. But we wanted to talk about a little bit that's going on with Joe Rogan, the one that invited Abner to their podcast.
For those who don't know, like who's Joe Rogan?
Who is Joe Rogan? All right. Who wants to say who Joe Rogan is?
Well, I feel like Abner's like the...
Yeah, I feel like Abner should say.
Well, Joe Rogan's a lot of people call him the father of the podcast, the godfather of podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Porque he's been podcasting for 10 plus years. He has a big listenership, It's in the millions. That's our goal, So a lot of people look up to him. A lot of people's goals when they create a podcast is to be him, Porque he has on guests, he has on doctors, he has on MMA fighters, he has on whatever you can think of, he's had a guest to talk about that topic, It could be right now, like como the reason everybody's talking about him, controversial topics, or he has people on both sides of the aisle,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Democrat, Republican, pero he's a podcaster, and he's on the spotlight right now,
So why is he on the spotlight?
So people are coming for him. They try to cancel him because first of all, because of misinformation, it all started. He's always been, como te dije, he's always had guests, and he's always had controversial guest, So
And controversial topics.
they've been going at him for years, but it wasn't until with everything going on with the virus. So he had two doctors, and then they came on, they said what they had to say, and a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't fit the agenda they were trying to push, So it was people. They try to say that it would cause vaccine I can't even
misinformation.
No, vaccine hesitancy. Like it would cause people to not want to get vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
So they were trying to get him for that, but they couldn't. So
because the information was legit, or because no. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. So let's go back where it started. So basically he had two doctors come on and talk about the vaccine, which by the way, like seriously, like you guys know where Abner stands on COVID and vaccine. Like he probably hasn't said it straightforward, but you can get the vibe of Abner and the vaccine and COVID and all of that. But we like I don't think I stood anywhere like in opinion, I guess, with the vaccine. I didn't really care. And he's like, Jenny, listen to this episode. And I was like, whatever. So this is why I told him, you need to bring this to the podcast, because I was so shook. So then I didn't listen to the episodes till I heard that he was being canceled for misinformation that he put in his podcast. So I was like, all right, what is this? I kind of wanted to make my own decision, whether he was doing wrong or whatever. So I was like, I want to listen to these doctors talk about this subject that the whole world is so worried about. So then I listened to this freaking episode, and it's so good. And Uriel, you were telling me that you listened to it too this week.
Yeah.
And he was mind blown. And I would love to sit and talk with a group of people about this, because this is information that is just not out there. You know what I mean? But so then this dude is getting canceled, and then everybody goes and listens to the people who care, go and listen to the episodes, and then continue. You said they couldn't cancel him because of that. So then
it all started. Según 200 plus doctors, quote unquote doctors, came forward. They issued a statement. They wrote letters. They issued statements to Spotify to take him down porque he was spreading misinformation, que he was false information, que all the science was false. But it came out that those 200 doctors weren't doctors. They weren't even qualified to be doctors.
That's crazy.
It was scientists. It was teachers. It was people. There was Starbucks workers. I think that filed that statement.
And then that Neil guy. That's where you hear.
I'm getting to that.
Oh, did it start with the doctors?
So that it started with them. But Joe Rogan has always been open to have people to come, quote unquote, defend the vaccines. But nobody wants to, because everybody knows it was really going on now, And if you don't know, you're gonna find out soon. So they couldn't. Those 200 people or however many it was couldn't. They came forward to Spotify to take them down. They couldn't. The truth came out that whatever. So then artists started coming forward, like Neil Young issued a statement to his managers stating that you could either have Joe Rogan or Neil Young, but you can't have both on Spotify. What does Spotify do? They removed everything from Neil Young.
That's
and
crazy.
then Neil Young couldn't do it, so more artists. I don't really know it's been a couple that I can't keep up, but Neil Young was the first one.
There's
and then,
over 6 now. Yeah.
It's not even artists. It's podcasters, stuff like that. They couldn't do it porque Spotify was still backing up Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do it. So somebody gathered up clips of his previous podcast dating 10 plus years ago when times were different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying the N-word, and they took everything out of context and they just clipped the one word, you know?
Yeah.
So looking at the video, it looks like he's saying it like
multiple.
Like just saying it for saying it, yeah.
So he comes forward and then he's apologizing and saying that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he says it's a political hit job, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they can't stop him. So they're doing everything possible to get rid of him, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of people say that the news are jealous porque when the news gets 1 million views, Joe Rogan gets 11 million listens.
Mm-hmm.
So ahí entra conspiracy theories. And I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I just think like I mean I haven't listened to his like 1,000 plus podcasts, pero that one that I listened to is the vibe he gives me is like he just wants to know and he just wants to learn, you know. So he doesn't come like porque when he had that ¿cómo se llama? Dr. Peter, something like that. They were talking about whatever the vaccine and some like drugs, and he was just asking questions like, okay, you said this, you said, why do you think this and that would happen, you know? And the doctor would like say his answer. Like that's what I like about him. I guess I only listened to him once, so I can't really say, pero like the way he just talks is just he just wants to learn and he wants to hear explanations of why did it happen or why is it that way, you know? So like that's what I like. Like he's not a Fauci.
He's not even defending it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's not a Fauci, you know? Like que he's staying así like no, this is. He wants to research, he wants to like be like, okay, what? Like, well, why that doesn't make sense. Then why did they do this? You know, and obviously from a doctor's perspective, like that answer, like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense now. And then to me, it's like, holy smokes, like it all makes sense. You know, it's crazy, pero you guys have to listen to
like,
you guys have to listen to that podcast because it's really, you know, como te dicen, like chew the meat and spit out the bones. Like this has no bones. Like this has nothing but meat.
Yeah, I agree. Like. The whole episode, like it's if you guys want to go listen to it, is 1747. Mm-hmm. The one that you're talking about, Dr. Peter McCullough, I think is how you say his last name.
Yeah.
Like it's like the whole episode is like not even conspiracy theories. Like Joe Rogan will ask, they would say something and he would be like, but why? Mm-hmm. Why would they do that? Mm-hmm. But why? You know, throughout the whole episode is like, but why? Like he literally is like actually does not know and he's just asking because he wants to know. And I think that's the cool thing about him. Mm-hmm. Like all his episodes, he does have a little bit of a sailor mouth, pero the episodes I've listened to, like that one was pretty clean. The other one I listened to was the one with the Amazon forest. That one was really good. But that's how I got into him because I was like, you know what, Abner? He's kind of good. His episodes are kind of good. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so we encourage you guys to go listen to him. Another thing that was crazy was how we know how cancel culture works and how, you know, what they're trying to do with him. But on Twitter, a writer author was trying to cancel him for saying it, and I thought this was so interesting because Abner sent me like a what is it called, like
thread?
No, it was like oh my god, like an article.
News article.
Yeah, it was a news article about it, like how this author was trying to cancel him, and he was going against The Rock, and he was saying like, how can you support this guy who, The Rock had actually spoken up, favoring or siding with Joe, and then he's like, how can how can you support him and blah blah. So then somebody comes out and he's like to this author, he's like, yo, how can you come and talk about Joe when your books are filled with the N-word? And then, I started reading the thread because, people were just going on. I wanted to see the screenshots of the book, and then like people just started going off like, how are you going to compare an author who wrote a fiction book with an actual human who's using the word? And then they're like, but you don't know, people were like arguing back and forth, and they're like, but you don't know how this author used it and in what context, like the context around it. So then somebody will reply, well, then you're telling me that the context matters. You're telling me that the way that the word is being used and what's around it matters. And then so shouldn't we give Joe Rogan a chance to see why he used the N-word, how he used it? Like I said, I think the episodes are now deleted off of Spotify where he says it. But I can't back him up and say, well, he just said it because of this. But what I've had read was that he was using it, just quoting
song lyrics.
Song lyrics or, things like that, just like the book. It wasn't because he was just using it. It was because he was just quoting also like the book, like the fiction book. So, again, I can't, confirm that because the episodes are not there anymore. I haven't listened to him for too long. But, like I said, context matters, and why are we just gonna cancel a guy if we're not even knowing really the whole story?
What somebody said is nobody said nothing 10 years ago. How come they're saying something about it now?
That's the crazy part.
Like back in the day, it was different times. You were able to say edgy content, things you couldn't like. You go back and watch old movies, you're like, what? Like nowadays, with everything going down, you're like, what? You couldn't have made this movie today, Or like, wait, well, this movie's not gonna be around any longer, because hey, they're gonna come for it. So he says it like, I wish I could take it back, but it's out there. Yes, he took full accountability, So a lot of he's also a comedian, so a lot of comedians are coming forward and they're backing him up, The cool part is that a lot of black comedians are backing him, They're like, if you're judging him right now, it's because you don't really know him. So ahorita, whoever wants him down is just trying to virtue signal, Like, I want him down because I'm not racist. I want him down because I'm not vaccine hesitant, In reality, they just want to look good, I'm doing this because I'm a good person. I want him out of Spotify because I'm a good person, You see,
but do your research, like we said, like this is our what is it called, our opinion on it. This is our what is it called, 2 P's on, that this is what we think. Again, we do know that we have like a huge youth like a amount of listeners. So I mean, like I said, I listen to like the doctor ones. I listen to the Amazon one. Like you could literally look up any subject. Oh, I listened to the episode about Google, about electronics and all of that. Those are good episodes. Anyways, but the thing, what I wanted to get to that is, he does have a little bit of a potty mouth. So I'm not saying go listen to him, but go listen to those at least those doctor episodes. Those were good.
Yeah, those are so good, yo.
Yeah, actually, I haven't listened to the second one. There's a second one. I think it's called, or here I have it. It's 1757, Dr. Robert Malone. And this was after when Omicron came out. So I haven't listened to that one. Because the first doctor was like, you can't get COVID twice. And then Omicron came out. And it turns out a lot of people are getting Omicron now. Which is another, like a variant, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why Abner was like, it's important you listen to a second one, but I haven't listened to that one.
Yeah, it's a lot of information to unpack. What I really enjoy and I really like about him, and a lot of people don't tell you, he's not vaccine hesitant. He tells you, do your research. Vaccines work, but they're not for everybody, you know? So a lot of things are gonna come out. It's not for me to put out there, you know?
Ya se puso su tin hat. A ver, quítatela ahí.
Abner can be a little into conspiracies, but sometimes, hey, like, I feel like I didn't want to listen to this episode, and when I listened to it, I was like, yo. So if Uriel and I are telling you guys to go listen to it, go listen to it.
This pandemic is over.
This pandemic.
This pandemic is over.
All right, well, I think that wraps it up now that Abner is...
Yeah. Like, we're all free to do whatever we want. Do your research.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely one of the things.
And then all I'm going to say is stop and
Abner,
stop making variants.
no. You guys have... No. You guys have your choice. You guys do you. All right. Well, happy 1 year.
You're, what do you think about all this, about Joe Rogan, bro? Talk to me, bro.
Oh, I mean, he's a human being. He has the right to say whatever he wants, and obviously he has his platform, he has his show. So, you know, like, I understand people are against him and people want to, like, take him off. Well, they could also do their own podcast, you know, their own shows, and talk about what they want. You know, it's freedom of speech, and whatever he's doing, if he's in the wrong, he's in the good, whatever. Like, he has that freedom to do that, you know. So, you know, it's entertaining, and some of it is truth. Some of it is like, okay, this is a little sketchy, but the conversations he has are pretty cool. You know, they're pretty. They put you to think, and it makes sense. So, I mean, again, like, I agree with some of his opinions. Como dijiste tú, Jenny, the way he talks, and it's just, he wants to learn and he wants to know why, you know, and he's just trying to put the pieces in the puzzle, and, you know, for it to make sense. So that's the cool thing. I think I listened to one about, like, cryptocurrency, NFTs. I think it was NFTs. And, you know, stuff like that. Even him is like, why? How'd you start it? What is that? You know, like, so that's what I like about him.
Yeah. You know who we need to get on the podcast? Dave Ramsey.
On here?
No, I know we can't have him on here, but, like, we should talk about like, just Dave Ramsey in general, like a finance episode. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Uriel can, like, plug in his stocks, ¿cómo se dice? So knowledge on stocks, which is, I'm sure, way better than the first time.
I don't know about that. All I gotta say is Shiba, boy.
Don't invest in Shiba.
We are not fun.
Just wait. Good things are coming.
We're leaving our money in there.
Good things are coming.
Like, Abner, just wait.
Yeah. Long term.
Next thing you know.
But yeah, man. Just do your own research, build your own opinions, you know. A lot of people out there just want to tell you what to do, what not to do. We're not out here. I mean, I probably shouldn't have said some things. And I say it to joke around, you know. But at the end of the day, you have free will. You have the freedom. We're in America. We're right now, so far, we're still free.
No,
So,
it's because you're reminding me of Fez. You know how he has a little exit? Ahorita que dijiste freedom, you're like, freedom.
que para que sepan que soy mexicano.
Okay, sorry. Good.
No, yeah.
You're right. We have the freedom to
do our own
research. That's the beauty about the U.S., you know, that like you said, if we want to get it, if we get it, if we don't, then we don't.
Yeah, because I'm not a big fan of people, like, telling people what to do. So yeah, I came a little too hot there, you know. If you're still listening, thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's just a lot of people want them out. So ahorita adding a little bit to it that I remembered, a lot of people want him out of Spotify. So another company offered $100 million to bring him on. Se llama Rumble.
Oh yeah, it's like another Google, I think.
It's like a platform. Yeah.
Another Google platform.
Yeah. So I think I told Dirio, this is I feel like this is the tip of the iceberg. You know, I feel like it's gonna. All of this is gonna uncover a lot of stuff. All of this is gonna. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be wild.
It's low key like eye opening how hard they're trying. Like even like, not to say I'm dumb, but like I don't care much about like conspiracies or, you know, any of that. Like I could care less, you know. But like they're just making it too obvious, you know, with all that's out there, like all the information that's out there and how they're trying to bring him down. Like it just tells you for a reason they're trying to do it, you know? Yeah. And mostly with these episodes and just how they're trying to discredit him, it's crazy. So, like we said, go listen to those episodes. They're good. You'll learn stuff. You know, if you don't, then it's okay. But, you know, you'll just get a little bit of input on everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. You anything you want to say?
No, yeah.
Curio's like, I'm getting canceled.
No, yeah, I mean, there's, como dice Jenny, do your research. You know, I guess, believe what you want to believe. We all know Jesus is the truth. And aside from Jesus, like, you know, just follow your heart, follow your gut, and don't hate us for believing, you know, on what we believe. Okay, we don't hate you for what you believe, and, you know, we're just here to love each other. But yeah, I think Joe Rogan is, you know, his content is interesting, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yo, do you guys think we're gonna be like I want to, like, if the Lord loves us, I want there to be like a sit down with God when we get to heaven, and sit down with Abner and be like, God, which ones of Abner's conspiracies were true? Because it's gonna be so cool to like. What do you guys think? Like, or no, right? We won't know of anything that happened down here.
I don't know.
I start wanting to throw up when I think about that.
I'm sure there's.
I'm about to faint right now.
I'm sure there's a secret high society that, you know, makes these calls. I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's gotta be, like.
Yeah.
You know, like. I mean, I don't want to.
What if it's
I don't want to go deep into it.
Trying to confuse us. What if we're in a simulation? Dude, I just want to say it's been a year and no conspiracy episode ever came out.
There's a conspiracy every other episode.
Okay. No, but just like focus on conspiracies. Nah. Abner gets too wild. Never mind.
There's some if you guys are down to get deep.
No, you know who you should bring on here? Hector. Hector the other day was telling us something crazy, and I was like, yo, I didn't know you were into this, Hector. Come, tell me more.
Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracies come out to be true, you know. So
yeah,
it's just conspiracies are truths waiting to be uncovered.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but sometimes there is an answer to things.
Hay unas crazy ones. There's se llama the conspiracy glacier. No, I forgot. But there's levels of conspiracies, and the further you go down, the darker the conspiracies. It gets wild. Hay unas que sí, you're like, what
level are you in, Abner?
I'm in the real level. Nah, it's all wild. It's weird times we're living on. There's a lot of
Abner's at the level where he's like, Jenny, don't watch that video. Don't watch it. You will not go back from that video. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but one advice I can tell you guys: stop watching the news.
I thought you weren't gonna tell us what to do.
No. All right. Advice. Think about stopping watching the news. Stop watching the news.
All right, well, we just hit an hour and 10 minutes. All right, so anything else you guys have to say? Sorry, I just took Abner's host power.
He took my mic.
Took his host power.
No, I think that wraps it up.
It's just,
yeah.
it's just the beginning of the talk about this, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. I wanted to talk about it. We wanted to talk about it because we wanted to get our 2 cents, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe you guys are wondering what's going on, and maybe we missed some stuff. But here's a little something, you know?
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, and I'm letting you guys. This is just the beginning. Next thing you know, they're gonna just wait.
Yeah, chill, Abner.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, man, we've been.
That's true. Like I said, I there's some things that I didn't think, like, till I listened to or till I read some stuff too. So I mean, you know, like Uriel said, you know, all we could do is trust in God. Mm-hmm. And I think going too deep into these things are just like, they just get us worried and political and all of that. So I say just, you know, let it happen. Whatever it is, this is temporary. One day we're going to be in heaven. And like I said, probably not even going to know about this. Mm-hmm. Probably won't even know the answer to these conspiracies. So whatever. It's temporary.
Yes.
For now, let's focus on the podcast, on that new building. Hey. Can't wait. So we're excited. Good
things
but that's
happening.
it. Happy 1 year, guys.
Happy 1 year.
You did it.
Yes.
You
Happy 1
did
year.
it. In a year, we're going to be like, happy 2 years. Hey.
It's crazy.
Yo, and then next year, Sayla's going to be 2 years.
That's nuts.
Oh, my God.
That's nuts. She already wants to
Matias
walk.
is going to be a year.
She already wants to walk.
I saw that video.
I low-key feel some type of way because I don't want it to grow.
Yeah, I've heard toddler age is challenging. So good luck.
Yeah. She's gonna be a wild one. So I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, guys, for listening. You want to say your goodbyes, Uriel, first, and then me, and then Abner can close it out.
Thank you guys for listening. Shout out to my wife, Yasmin. Shout out to my co-partners with Señor Elote. And shout out to every single Minnesota person listening to us and to all our listeners. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, and same here. Shout out to my little family is here, my husband and my child's in my arms. But shout out to the Reach Youth, to our church, and to our family. Shout out. I had a blast recording this first episode with Uriel and Abner. I don't think I've been here with both of you.
No.
But I had fun. Thank you for letting me be part of this. I'm excited for this year that's coming. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the love you guys give us. And thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Uriel, for a wonderful year. Thank you guys for the love, for the episodes, you know. And I'm excited for this new season in the podcast. And I can't wait. And hey, ¿cómo dices? Buckle up and enjoy the ride, porque I feel I'm really excited. Hey, thank you guys.
Ready to hit more milestones.
Hope you guys have a good episode.
A good weekend.
I can't multitask.
All right. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Hey. Pay your bills, your rent. It's that time of month. All right. Bye.
Later.
Alligators.
All right. Listen to us on all streaming platforms. Follow the YouTube, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at Carnales Podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.